Good evening and welcome to another edition of today's Tax Talk. Today I was going to talk about the IRS failing to return everybody's money or to process tax returns, but there was a event that I wanted to talk about, and it's much more interesting: cannabis and the IRS. I think you'll agree with me. So join us and we'll talk about it. Go down a little bit. And first, thank you so much for joining us here today. Cannabis in the IRS. Long history. I've written a lot about this with taxes. And, people say, well, Attorney Leahy, what does this have to do with taxes? Well, if there's some years ago when this was a new industry, cannabis, and some states had done the medical marijuana. I think it was 2014 was the first state that allowed illegal business of marijuana, cannabis. And the IRS and the federal government still to this day hold it illegal to possess and traffic in controlled substance, and marijuana is one of the controlled substances. And so, again, I've written a lot about this, about how to change this. It has not changed, and one of the reasons why, and that's why I want to talk a little bit about this. So let me go and I'll talk a little bit about it. Here's a memorandum from 2014, I believe, 2015. And this is an IRS memorandum where people were asking about, the deductibility. Now, the question whether, and this is here the whole thing in a nutshell. When you run a marijuana business, there's two things you can't do. And that's one, put money in the bank, in a federal bank. So that's why it's a strictly cash business. And second thing you can't do is deduct expenses. Legitimate expenses, you can't deduct them. And the reason that is, and I just want to bring this to your attention, because in 1981, let me see if I can get this. In 1981, the tax court allowed an illegal business to recover the cost of a controlled substance obtained on consignment. So, hey man, the guy fronted it to me. And also to claim certain business deductions, a portion of his rent he paid on his apartment, which was his sole place of business, and the cost of the small scale, packaging expenses, telephone expenses, and automobile expenses. Okay, and there was no prohibition about this. And the IRS had caught this gentleman and charged him with tax fraud, but he went back and filed his tax returns. So there's no tax fraud, and they assessed a tax against him based on what they said he made. But then he had all these deductions, and he deducted them. Well, thereafter, in 1982, Congress enacted Section 280E of the IRS Code, and this is as it relates to deductions and the cost of controlled substances. No deduction or credit shall be allowed for any amount paid or incurred during a taxable year in carrying on a trade or business if such trade or business or activities which compromise such trade or business consists of trafficking in controlled substances within the meaning of Schedule 1 and 2 of the Controlled Substances Act. And this is where cannabis falls into this definition to this day. Which is prohibited by federal law or the law of any state in which such trade or business is conducted. So again, this was a reaction to a innovative drug dealer who got caught and then tried to deduct all of his expenses. And again, Congress came back and said, "Hey, no, you can't do that. We're not going to let you. We're not going to let you deduct those expenses from your income, and so if you get caught, you're going to have to, the IRS is going to make you pay. You're going to pay, the amount of taxes. Well, right now, if I'm running a legitimate business, again, here in Illinois, we all know that there's dispensaries. These are legitimate businesses. They're they're selling marijuana, but again, they still can't put their money in the federal bank. They still cannot deduct all their expenses, and so the IRS today hosted I only found it in one place. The IRS. Well, let's go to that, and then you can see what I'm talking about. The IRS hosts marijuana and cryptocurrency tax event that highlights legalization support. Okay, so this is two of the best subjects here that we talk about on this show, crypto and cannabis. The Internal Revenue Service on Wednesday hosted a forum dedicated to tax policy for marijuana business.